Hello, I think we're live. I think we're good to go. Let me just, yeah. Hi, all, welcome to this week's stream. I know it's been a long time since I posted my last video, but it's just that I was caught up with a couple of things here and there. Anyhow, we are back with another stream and let's dive into it. So it's black to draw. Okay, it's black to draw. Hmm. So I'm thinking about b6 because that way the king cannot, my enemy king cannot take the opposition on c5. g6, b4, pawn takes, king takes, and then I go for the d pawn with king d6, king c5, b5, check, king b5, king d5, and the pawn is lost. Come, this is not the right solution. Okay, let's go for the solution then. I mean, king b6 I thought was appropriate because otherwise, I mean, pawn b6 was appropriate, otherwise king b6 was coming. Okay, so it says king d6 is the correct move here. I'm not sure why the image is not displaying. Anyhow, let's move on to the love stream. Okay, let's back to draw. Let me see if we're live. Yeah, we are live. It's back to draw here. Blue material count after 1, 2, 3, 5 to 7 pawns. I have 3, 5 pawns down by 2 pawns, so the rest of the material is equal. c3 is hit, and my opponent is threatening me. Queen h7, checkmate. So let me. So queen d4 is obvious. Queen d4, king g2 is not possible because, or king f4 is not possible because we capture on d2 with check. Queen d4 check, king f1, queen d3 check, king g1, queen d4 check. That's the prediction. So queen d4, king h1. Then what? Then how to continue? Rook c1 is there. Mm. So queen d4, h1, king h1. And how do I continue? Rook c8, if bishop c8 then queen f1 is made. Rook c8, rook c1 my. Oh wait, I do have rook c. I think bishop queen d4 has to be there. Queen d4, king h1, rook c1 check, rook c1, rook c1, bishop queen f1. That's it. What about rook c1? Rook c1, rook c1. Queen d4 check. I think I'll go with queen d4 first, and then rook c1 because I do have some. Come on. So the rook one first. Yeah. Bishop c1 now queen. Okay. And after this queen d4 maybe. I'm not sure. After this, nice, got it. But let's go to the solution. I want to see what's the issue with queen d4 first. queen e4, king h1, rook c1, rook c1, rook c1, bishop c1, queen. Sure, let's go to the analysis board. Okay, so what's the issue with queen d4 here? Queen d4, king king h1, which makes sense. But now rook c1, rook c1, rook c1, bishop c1, queen d1, king g2, queen e2. Isn't this the same variation, or is this something? If king g3, queen e1 check. Yeah, but what about queen g4? I mean king g4, queen g1, rook g3, queen d4. Got it. Look at king h3, queen d3. Okay. I'm not sure why that is not the right move. I mean, it could be one of the ways because we still somehow end up on the same line. Black to draw. So I'm thinking about pushing the pawns there. I'm thinking about f3 here, followed by, I mean, f3 works here, followed threatening f2 check there. But f3, rook f8, but I can play bishop f5. And then eventually I can play f2. Yeah, now f2 check does come into picture. Now I can give him a check via my bishop. And now what? Now I'm threatening to, okay. Now bishop f5 threatens to promote the queen. Okay, finally, first puzzle for the stream of the stream. Uh, Black to win. Black to win. I see. Hmm. Black to win. Okay. So right now, I would be happy to place my king on. I mean, if my king were on g1, I think then it's a win. Uh, but in this case, because it's a win, I also have a pawn on the b file. Hmm. Now, one idea that comes to my mind is rook d, king d2 and king e1. But if I play king d2, king f3, followed by king e3. Mm, I think one idea could be to first get rid of the h pawn somehow. I mean, bishop d1. If now the bishop d1 is my idea. Bishop d1, and then try to get to c3 somehow. f3, my bad, somehow. So I think this position would be a draw if, let's say, king is on, my king is on e1, his king is on, let's say, e3. Yeah, and if there were no other pawns, then this position is a draw. uh, I mean, I would love to have my king on g1, and then it's a win for black. But I think bishop d1, king d4, and then I can try to go to e2, maybe sacrifice my bishop on h5, king h5. b5 h6, b4 h7, and then there's no I mean, no time for me to save the h pawn. That is also a problem. Bishop d7, king h4. I'm thinking about playing bishop d1 over here, trying to put some pressure on the h5 pawn. And I'm thinking about sacrificing on h5. h5, king h5, king d2. Even if I get rid of this bishop, I'm not sure if I can somehow. I mean, I can save this the pawn on b5. What about? Hmm, Okay, so I can also play king d2, h5, h6, and then I can play something to defend on h7. I mean, I can put my bishop over there somehow. However, that might give my opponent some chances if I capture on. I mean, if I play, yeah, if I capture on h5, king h5, queen d2, and the bishop can just, not sure, even if I exchange. Okay, so the king, my opponent's king is already in the box of the b pawn. Okay, maybe we can only win the bishop here. Maybe that is the idea here. Now, yeah. Hmm. Now it's threatening to play h7, and then my bishop will not have enough time to get back on h7. Okay, maybe that is how we have to play. Get back on h7 and then promote. So the good thing is my bishop is protecting my queen. Now if I play king d2 does involve queen b2 check. I think I'll go for king f2, queen d4 is there. I can get back. Not sure. Bishop d4, queen c5 is there. Hmm. Think bishop h7. I mean, sorry, bishop. Only problem with f2 or d2 is queen b2. I think I'll go for King f2, the right move, or bishop e4? Bishop e4. I see. Anyhow, let's jump to the next puzzle. I guess this is going to be the next puzzle for the stream. I'm going to keep the stream a little short. Okay, so it's black to win. So by the enemy king looks a little. I mean, it doesn't have a lot of squares to go. Mm, let's see if we can get something. Okay, I'm thinking about f5 push, ef5, gf5, threatening some mating ideas. Hmm, okay, now rook b7 maybe. Yeah, I think rook b7 looks good here. Okay, so there's a better move here. Mm, maybe capturing on a4 with the idea of rook b4. Okay, that's it. I guess let's call it a day. It's been a pretty short stream, but I would like to keep it that way. Uh, in case you like the stream, then do hit the like button, and I'll try to be consistent